Welcome to Whiskey with JG. Today, I'm pouring a drink for a man who hasn't always been at the top of his game. Patrick McAuley has had to overcome serious setbacks and make a couple career changes before finding himself at the top of the real estate sales game. My friends, pour yourself a drink and join me as Patrick's story offers insights and encouragements for all real estate investors. Welcome, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna have some whiskey. I got all different kinds.
All right.
By the way, are you a whiskey guy?
I've dabbled with friends before. Yeah.
Yeah?
I went to a whiskey
Kind of the
club
same way
with
you
some guys.
The same way you dabble in cardigans?
Yeah. I got a few cardigans. I've had a few whiskeys in my time.
We're gonna try this.
All right.
Just a little bit now, okay?
Yeah.
This isn't a frat party. Okay, we're just getting her warmed up here.
Okay.
Cheers.
Sounds good. Cheers, buddy.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Pat, give me the nuts and bolts, buddy. You wanted to be a professional golfer. Shit went wherever it went, and here we are. Now you're selling real estate.
That's
you're
right.
Slinging deals.
Trying.
You're one of the top dogs in the city. How did you get here?
I played a lot of golf. Started with my dad when I was, I think, 12. And then it got to be the time where I had to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And there was this program called Professional Golf Management at Georgian College that I applied for. And I got in. We were learning how to run a business, but also how to run a pro shop, how to run a golf course in general. And I got some great leadership from a guy named Paul Carruthers there, the golf pro there, who is still to this day what I would consider a mentor. He helped me into sales because I kind of got to a crossroads where he said, it's time for you to play in and get your card so you can be an official assistant professional. And work towards being a club pro, or I can help you with some members to get into sales. Some of the members there, that was in Ottawa, that was during the boom of, I guess, software and stuff like that was going crazy. So there was lots of guys that were doing really well at that time. So I was able to hook up with a guy who owned basically a sporting goods company. So I was doing sporting goods sales and stuff like that. And then I wanted to change again, but I kind of wanted to be back in golf. So I got in with a magazine called Flagstick Golf Magazine. And that was a great experience, running around selling ads. And as a guy in his mid-20s, to have to be like, you have to sell something to eat.
Yeah.
It was a good experience. It was. So I went from there and then got into another sales job after that paid really well. Opened a video game store that we had 2 locations, me and a buddy, and we thought we were invincible, probably like 26, thought we were invincible, thought we were loaded too. So we bought these places that we used to go to as a kid. And that was a bad move all around. I learned from there I wasn't cut out for retail. Also wasn't cut out for video game sales and rentals in a time when Blockbuster was dying, so that could have been a hint to us. But that was a tough 2-3 years until my parents kind of put their foot down and said, there's no more loans from us. From there I went and did corporate sales for TELUS, so I was a territory manager for about 5 years. I kind of knew going in, I'm not a corporate guy. I can't do whatever I have to do to climb a ladder. It's not who I am. It felt like it was kind of, to be honest with you, stealing my soul from within me. So one day I just decided I'm just quitting. And I was good friends with Bill Cox at Bose & Cox. At that time, he was one of my clients. And he said, anytime you want to be an agent, I'll help you do well.
What was it about you and what was it about that decision, and how did it go down in such a way where you could literally walk in on a Friday and you're like, no, I'm done?
Yeah. I think what the real thing was, there was adults in my life who spent their life working corporately, and I saw that they were providing for everyone, but clearly didn't like it.
They weren't happy.
Yeah. And Bill Cox is an awesome guy. Like, the feeling that he was going to help me out also helped me say, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm out of this. I've
Yeah.
had enough. I've seen too many other people just stay in something that they're unhappy with forever. So
You and I can both see how people get stuck in jobs, and it's kind of like a negative cycle people get into, is they don't like their job, they don't quit, and they don't do anything about it. They have responsibilities. In order to suppress the not loving their job part or the not feeling passionate part, they go buy stupid shit.
yeah,
They go buy stupid cars, they go buy stupid crap. Now they have bills, now they have credit card bills, now they have houses that they didn't necessarily want or need.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you end up in this negative cycle, and then you got to pay for it.
yeah.
But you still made some of those mistakes. We all make some of those mistakes.
Yeah, oh man, making the mistakes in general ends up making you who you can be. And if you don't ever even attempt to make the mistake, then maybe you are unhappy because you don't reach your potential maybe or something. I don't know.
So here we are then. You leave corporate sales, you
Yeah.
run across Bill Cox. He offers to mentor you, and then what?
He was just there from the start to the finish. He's been in the business for a long time, and he was just telling me exactly what he can see and potential for me and how I'm going to do it. From the start, he had a lot of confidence that I could do well in real estate, and told me Bose & Cox has some of the best training there is for realtors, so I was confident in that way that I was going to get trained properly. But he just took me under his wing to some degree and helped me out day to day and just offered wisdom really and what you have to do if you're going to succeed. And that was invaluable. It was so nice to have a guy there that would guide you. Not only in how he would guide you in how you're going to succeed, but also guide you in the kind of person you want to be, that people are going to like, and that the other agents are going to like, and how to play nice in the sandbox, and all this wisdom that he has from years and years of being in the business. So, man, I owe him everything. But my leap of faith I wouldn't have done if I didn't. If I thought he was just hiring me because he needed numbers,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have had the same confidence. But it was such a nice thing to have as somebody who could see the potential and know that you're going to be fine, just do it.
That's important, because we often say self-confidence is typically always borrowed, never owned. Right? And it sounds like that's what the case here is, that you really borrowed that confidence from Bill until you grew it yourself.
Yep.
And now, funny enough, is you're in the same position where now people are borrowing your confidence because now you've built a team.
Yeah, what a
how's
weird
that been?
feeling. It's a strange thing to get used to. It is cool, but when you're that person, you're going, no, I'm just a guy here. I just tried my best too, and this is what happened. So now when the people come knock on my door, like I did some of the experienced agents when I started, the one sales thing that I didn't use enough corporately, because probably thought a lot of myself at that time. I was doing well, selling on my own, as they would always say, go to someone better than you and ask what they're doing. Go to someone who's doing better than you and ask them what they're doing. Go to a top performer and ask them how they got there. And I was like, I'm fine. I don't think I
There's that ego again.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm doing just fine. But when I got into real estate, I loved it so much that looking at the people that were kicking like serious butt, I thought, man, I want to knock on your door and just sit. I'll just sit here and listen. I'm not here.
Are we ready for another drink?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? All right. Okay, I'm going to hit you up with this guy. So this is...
You know what? I think I've had this guy before.
Yeah. It's really good. Not overly peaty. Quite a little bit, I would say. I'm not like a connoisseur. So let me see. What do we got here? What's on the nose, Pat? Give it to me.
Ah, yes. A cherry, a tree, and yes, some mossy oak.
Anything else? Little leather? Tobacco?
Yeah, a little hint of, chewing tobacco though.
Tree bark. Tree bark that's been with licorice for 6 months.
Yes.
In my dad's sneaker sole.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Right.
You're right though. There is a leather jacket in that too. So.
Cheers. How important is happiness to you?
A lot of the time I've spent as an adult, I probably haven't really felt that happy. And I'm kind of a faith-driven guy. I'm a Christian guy. I think I'm asking God how do I become happy? And his answer is always really easy. It's like, you don't need stuff. Like, you're doing it the wrong way. You just need to find what your path is. How I found happiness was that when other people are happy, it makes me happy. So my happiness wasn't, oh, look at what I achieved, or because the weirdest thing, when I got pretty good at real estate and things like that and started doing really well and making more money than I ever thought I'd make, I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't feel any happier. I was like, this was supposed to be the solution. What's happening right now? In fact, I feel like, what did I work all these hours for? Because it didn't change anything. So the fun and the happiness was in the people saying, oh, I really appreciate it. I'm in the best place. We were really happy with everything you did. It was something like that. And then when Fiona came, then I really knew what happiness was for real. I knew what my brain was missing because I was too worried about me my whole life. And I couldn't get over that. Everything for me, it wouldn't matter who it was. It was like, I'm not doing enough for other people, or I'm not doing anything that's making me actually feel happy when I go to bed. But when she came, it was like, oh, okay, it's not all about me.
Gotcha. Well, friends, my glass is empty. Thanks for joining us on Whiskey with JG and chatting with my friend Patrick McAuley.